What's going on, guys? One love out to everybody. We got UFC Fight Night, Volkov versus Rozenstruik. Prediction, guys, not much breakdown. Before I get started, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to this channel. Also check out my Patreon account for all the face-off predictions, right? You can also leave a donation to my PayPal account too. We got 14 fights in this card. It's going to be at 1 p.m. early fight card here. It's going to be at the Apex. So it's going to be a smaller cage here, okay? First fight here, guys, we got Erin Blanchfield versus JJ Andrade. I'm pretty high on Erin here, but again, JJ has experience, but the woman that she has fight is not really top level experience, you know what I mean? But she does have the experience though. But I'm kind of high on Erin. Her striking is coming along, and her ground game is pretty high level in my opinion. JJ can get taken down, but JJ has that karate-based background there. The movement is pretty nice. Again, if Erin is unable to take her down, though, it could be problems. And you can see JJ maybe getting the win here, so be careful with this one, guys. But I'm pretty high on Erin here. She's a good prospect, in my opinion. I'm going to say Erin by decision. All right, guys. Next fight, we got Andres Michailidis versus Rinat Fakhretdinov. Oh, man. Hopefully I pronounced that right. I like what I see from Rinat. I believe he's making his debut here. I actually like what I see from him. He's a pretty well-rounded guy. He mixes up everything with the striking, go for takedown, and he keep pressure. He stays consistent. With Michailidis here, or Andres, I mean, he's been knocked out a couple of times, I believe like 5 times. I could be wrong about that, but he's been knocked out a couple of times. So that guy would drop the ball, in my opinion. You know, not really a confident pick there. You know, if you're gonna pick Andres to win the fight, so my pick gonna be Rinat here to win, and I'm gonna say Rinat by first round KO TKO. Like I said, Andres has been knocked out, I believe, like 5 times, and that's a lot to be knocked out. Yeah, five times. So he's susceptible of getting caught with a shot. You know what I'm saying? His last fight here lost against Alex Pereira, which Alex Pereira is a pretty high level striker. Yeah, so I like Rinat here. I'm going to say Rinat KO TKO in the first round. Am I confident in this play? And slightly, but not too much. It could be a confident play, but I would decide once I drop my picks down below. Alright? Next fight here, guys. We have, let's see here. We have Jeff Molina versus Zaglas Zermagulov. I'm liking Molina here. I feel Molina is a little more well-rounded fighter. Even though Zaglas has power, has a striking, but Molina also has striking too, and he has a ground. And I feel like he's just more well-rounded, and he's been getting better. So I'm going with Jeff Molina here. I'm going to say Jeff Molina by decision, guys. Next fighter, we got Tony Gravel versus Johnny Munoz Jr. This one's kind of tricky here. If you see Munoz win this fight, it's going to be by submission and possibly a rear naked choke, because Tony Gravel been submitted, I think, like 5 times, and in those 5 times, I believe he's been submitted 3 times by rear naked choke. So, and Munoz is a BJJ black belt here, but Tony Gravel has more experience. He's a wrestling base, and he's at American Top Team, which is a good gym, so he's pretty well-rounded guy. I don't feel Johnny is that well-rounded. His striking is kind of suspect. He's more just the ground. He will pressure, get a takedown, but he will look for submissions, and that's the thing. Tony Gravel been submitted. So this is a fight here, man. You gotta be very careful, man. If Munoz win, most likely will be by submission. Tony Gravel, possibly by decision. So I'm gonna go with Tony Gravel here, guys. I'm gonna say Tony Gravel by decision, but I'm not confident. Bonnet Saint Denis versus Nicholas Stoltz. I'm liking Dennis here. This fight there against Capoeira. I felt like he did pretty good in that fight, even though that fight could have been stopped, but he's a pretty durable guy. You know, he keep pushing forward. His wrestling takedowns don't look bad. He's just mostly a submission game on him. I believe 7 by submission. Yeah, this guy's a crafty guy, man. Keep pushing forward, man. But the fight could have been stopped, but the guy got, I guess if you want to say he got hard, and he's very durable. Take a licking and keep on ticking forward. His opponent here, Nicholas, has a kickboxing base, but he's not bad, but man, in the UFC he just doesn't look as good, and he can get taken down. He will look for submissions. He's a well-rounded guy, but he can get pressure, put against the cage, get taken down, and he's at times hittable. So I'm liking Dennis here. I'm gonna say Dennis by submission in the first round. But I'm not confident, guys. All right. Next fight here we have Damon Jackson versus Daniel Arguguta. I know I mispronounced that. Also, Jackson here, you guys know, is known for submissions, over 16 or 18 submissions. This guy, once he gets you to the ground and lock up submission, most likely he's going to get it on you. Striking is, I mean, it's there, you know, push forward, he land the punches and kicks, but it's not super technical, but he makes it work for him to set up his takedowns to look for the submissions. His opponent here, Daniel, is a crafty wrestler guy. I believe he's making his debut on a short notice here. Coming up to Albuquerque, New Mexico there. The crafty guy will look for submissions, grindy, will go for double single legs. You know, he actually stays on you, you know, grind. But, and short notice, take fight against Jackson. I mean, it's hard to, you know, I'm not saying Daniel's not good, but it's hard to pick Daniel to win this fight. I mean, if he goes for takedown, I mean, he's going to go right into Damien, where Damien is going to look for submission. I mean, majority of Damien wins are by submission. You know what I'm saying? It's like he's going to fall right into the Venus flytrap, right? So, I'm just loving that rain right now, guys. Ooh. The rain is a beautiful thing, man. Just the sound of it is so soothing. After this right here, I'm going to go right into it and just go chill out a little bit, you know? Chill out in the rain, man. Get in that rain shower, right? Get the sunlight, get all the elements. It's good for you. 15 by submission. So this guy going to go for takedowns, and most likely he may get caught. If he doesn't get caught, then he can just control Damien on the ground, but Damien is going to be the more experienced guy here. I'm going to push more towards Damon Jackson here. I'm going to say Damon Jackson by submission in the second round. And I'm not confident, because if Daniel can avoid getting submitted and he can just get takedowns and grind, then he win the fight, right? But Damon Jackson submission, second round. Joe Solecki versus Alex De Silva. I'm going to go for Joe Solecki here. Alex De Silva gets tired after a while. After the second round, he starts to fade. Joe Solecki will keep that pace, grind, takedown, possibly even look for submission. But Alex De Silva has submission game too. So, but I'm not confident this fight either, guys. But I'm going to go with Joe Solecki by decision. Felice Herrig versus Karina Kavalkovich. Man, this one is a man. I'm surprised that, you know, KK is still fighting though, man. And Felice Herrig is still fighting too. This one, guys, man, you can probably fade it if you want, to be honest with you. I mean, this is a part 2 they fought before, and I believe KK won by split. And I'm going to go with Felice Herrig, guys, but I mean, it's a fight you can fade, man. A couple of these fights you can fade, to be honest with you. But I'm going to say Felice Herrig by decision, but I'm not confident at all. 0. Alonzo Menifield versus Oscar Mazurov. This Oscar guy here is pretty good. His striking is not bad. Very technical spinning heel, very unorthodox technique. Quick Mawashi Gary's. He's just quick off the line. His technique, he flows nice with it, right? Short notice though for him. But like I said, he has the power and his technique. He throws in combinations and he looks good on the foot. He'd been submitted a couple of times though, so that's his weakness there. So there's a guy here, you know, good on the stand-up, but, you know, once he take him to the ground, he can get submitted. Short notice against Alonzo Menifield. He's been submitted 8 times, guys. 8 times. A lot of times he'll be submitted, man. I can see Alonzo getting this fight to the ground, but if Alonzo stand up with this guy, this Oscar guy, he's quick. And his combinations, his technique is pretty on point, man. He's pretty freaking accurate. Especially his spinning heel kicks. It's accurate. His punching, his timing is pretty accurate. Distance in the range is pretty accurate. So this is a fight where I'm not confident, guys, because I can see Oscar potentially hurting Alonzo on the foot, maybe finishing him on the foot, man, to be honest with you. But if Alonzo can neutralize him and take him to the ground, look for submission, then, you know, with some more experience and short notice for Oscar. I'm going to go Alonzo here. I'm going to say Alonzo by submission in the first, but I'm not confident, guys. And be careful with this one. Odi Osbourne versus Zarrukh Adashev. Oh, man. I'm mispronouncing a lot of these names tonight. I was back and forward, man. I kind of went for Osbourne. But I look at Adashev Adashev, Adashev, man, he's not bad. I mean, his striking is not bad to be, if you really look at him and his movement and everything, and even from his last fight against Ryan Burnett, who's a very experienced guy, he looked good against Burnett, man. You know what I'm saying? Landing his leg kicks, and Burnett has been in the UFC for a little while, from 213. Not really active, but the guy's kind of like a veteran, he's a very experienced guy here. And Adashev put that pace on him and landed a lot of leg kicks. His combination looks nice, his timing, his speed. You know what I mean? But look at Osborne, compare them on striking wise. I feel like Adashev is a better striker here. Even though Osborne going to have the reach and height advantage, a massive reach. I think he's like a 7-inch. So I may change his play depending on the face-offs, which I'm going to watch soon. But again, Osborne could be a little more well-rounded here if he can get the takedowns. You know what I'm saying? But I see Adashev working his wrestling. I see him defending takedowns and everything like that. So this is a tough one here, guys. I was going for Osborne. I switched it because if you look at Osborne, he's athletic, he's quick, but he's hittable too. You know what I mean? And look at Adashev, his technique, his striking is not bad, man. Like I said, compare them both in striking. I think Adashev is a more. I feel like he's more technical guy on the foot. He has more tools, especially his leg kicks. And if Osborne plants his leg, don't really move around. Which Osborne use footwork, but if he just sits there and you can see the same thing happen to Burnett, So I'm gonna go with Adashev here for the win. Adashev for the win here, but I'm not confident because Osborne with the reach advantage, you potentially could win the fight. To be honest with you, but I'm gonna look at the face-offs and I may change it on my face-off predictions, but you can check out my Patreon account for that. But I'm gonna go with Adashev here for the win. I'm gonna say Adashev by decision, guys, but I'm super not confident in this one because Osborne could win. Next fight here, guys, we have Paulina Botelho versus Karine Silva. This is the next fight you can fade too, man, because Paulina Botelho, I mean, she dropped the ball, man. I mean, even against women that she should be beating. Women that she should beat or beating her. Doesn't, And this Silva woman here her ground game is no joke. Her submission game is pretty good, man. She's pretty technical in the ground. She would pull off the submission, so picking Botelho is like she's not consistent in winning, even when she's supposed to win. I'm gonna go with Silva here, guys. I'm gonna say Silva by submission in the second round, but not confident. And it's a fight that you can fade. And Silva making a debut from Contender Series. A lot of these fighters are making a debut either from Contender Series or a different organization. So, like I said, I'm not here to disrespect any fighter. I'm just going by what I break down and all my research I did, all my homework. That's what I'm going off of. I'm not here to bash a fighter and say, oh, they're not a good fighter. All these fighters deserve to be here. They're good fighters. It's just the matchup. That's it. I have to just say the matchup, I have to give a winner, right? Next fighter, guys, we got Mike Trizano versus Lucas Almeida. Oh yeah, I did say I picked Karine Silva by I did say that, right? By a submission. Hold on. Yeah, I picked Karine Silva by submission in the second round. I think I did mention that though, but just in case I didn't. Next fight here, Mike Trizano versus Lucas Almeida. Lucas Almeida is not a bad fighter, man, off the Contender Series. He looks good in the first round there, but it seems like he fades. Against Mike Trizano, who's a little more experienced, a little more gritty guy here. I'm going to push towards Mike Trizano. I'm going to say Mike Trizano by decision. Again, I'm not confident because Lucas ain't a bad fighter. He's not a bad fighter. The guy is pretty technical, especially in the foot. But it looks like he fades as the fight goes on. If he can't get that finish. And I believe he's a finisher. I want to say. Yep. 8 by KO, 5 by submission. Only lost 1. So this is a guy that looks for the finish. His Contender Series fight went to a decision, but this is a guy that's a finisher. But against Mike Trizano, a little more experience. I mean, we'll see. I mean, like I said, I'm not confident in this one at all because I can see Almeida pulling off a win, but I'm going to see how the face-off looks too. All right. Next fight, we got Dan Ige versus Movsar Evloev. I'm going to go with Evloev, and I'm confident in this fight here. This is a fight that I'm confident in. I feel Evloev is a good prospect, and I mean, the guy's a pretty good fighter. He fought a lot of top competition, and he beats them. You know what I'm saying? He faced some good guys and beat them, man. I mean, his wrestling, his takedowns, it's dominant. And Dan Ige BJJ black belt, but he can get taken down. And if you look on his fights that he fought, yeah, he fought maybe a little more experienced guys than Evloev, but Josh Emmett, the Korean Zombie, he's getting taken down in those fights. I like Evloev. I'm gonna say Evloev by grindy decision, but yeah, there's no but. I'm confident. So grindy decision, and I'm confident. All right. Main fight in the card here, guys. We have Alexander Volkov versus Rozenstruik. Jairzinho Rozenstruik. And this fight here, man, I mean, Rozenstruik potentially can finish Volkov if he catches him with a punch. But I just feel Volkov is just too experienced, man. Too overseasoned fighter. Rozenstruik is a decent fighter, but he's kind of one-dimensional, man. Just levels to it. I'm not saying he can catch Volkov, but it's possible. 5-round fight. I'm going to go with Volkov here, guys, but I'm not confident because it just takes one punch. And Rozenstruik does have the power. And Volkov can get hit. It's kind of the slow side. And I think Rozenstruik is a little more quicker. Blitzing in. I'm going to go with Volkov here. I'm going to say Volkov by decision, but I'm not confident, guys. That's my prediction there, guys, and some breakdown there for you. Quick look at the odds here, see what we're working with. Let's see. Babylon MMA. Yeah, never heard of that one. All right, let's see here. Damn, Erin Blanchfield is 400. Damn. I mean, I'm high on her, but that's a little too high, though, man. Because JJ is not a bad fighter, and JJ is, in my opinion, is a little more experienced. I'd be careful with this one, guys. Whenever you see odds like this, I mean, like I said, Erin is high on her, but I would have her as favorite, but not so high, man. So be careful with this one. Rinat and Andreas. Yeah, I'm liking Rinat for this. At 200, yeah, I feel like he can beat Andres, in my opinion. Jeff Molina, 180. Yeah, I can see Jeff Molina winning that. Tony Gravel, 125 is a close fight. I don't disagree because the submission, like I told you guys, Johnny can submit Tony Gravel. And he's known to be submitted. So, yeah, this is an even fight, in my opinion, which is about right. Dennis and Stolz. I'm liking Dennis. I feel Dennis should win this fight. Yep. Damon Jackson and Daniel Agreto. Damon Jackson is damn. I feel he's too high though, man. I mean, Daniel, even short notice, but the wrestling, and if Daniel can avoid the submissions and just out wrestle Jackson, he could pull off a win. I wouldn't have Jackson so high, even though I have him as winning, but he's too high, so be careful with this one, man. Majorly. Silva and Joe Solecki, 165, 180. I feel this fight can be a little closer, but I mean, Joe Solecki should win, but still be careful. Herring and Carolina, even fight, man. I'm not going to say anything about that one. Just as I said, you could fade it or play at your own risk. Osborne and Adeshev, I disagree with this one, man. Like I said, I'm going for Adeshev. I was going for Osborne, but I feel Adeshev, I feel like he's just striking. Even though the reach advantage, I feel he's striking a little more technical. Even though Osborne can get the takedowns, but what I see from Adeshev takedown defense lately hasn't been looking bad, especially against Burnett. I disagree with the odds in this. I feel this is an even fight, man. This fight here is an even fight, so be careful. But I'm going with Adeshev here, but not confident. Menifield and Oscar, no way, man. Be careful with this one, guys. This fight, in my opinion, is a close to even. I have Menifield leading a little bit, but it's close to even, man. Because if Oscar can connect with a strike, Menifield can get knocked out, man. It's a possibility. I'll be very freaking careful with this one, man. That guy Oscar is striking is pretty technical. Quick at the movement, timing, speed, and just those combinations from every angle. You know what I'm saying? I need none telegraph them. So if Alonzo doesn't get this fight to the ground, man, there'll be problems. So be very careful with this one. Silva and Botello. Okay. Silva leading a little bit, kind of close to even fight, you want to say, but she leading a little bit slightly. But yeah, I don't really see that. This is pretty similar to the Felice Herrig and KK fight, kind of, you know. Just a fight where you can just fade. Mike Trizano, Lucas Almeida. Mike Trizano, 200 and something. I disagree with that, man, because Almeida's not a bad fighter. He's a pretty technical guy, man. Like I said, he fades later on, but I would put this fight a little closer, but with actually Trizano leading, but not at 200 though. So be careful with that one too. Dan Ige and Movsar Evloev, Movsar 400. I really don't disagree with the odds on that one. I feel like Movsar can get the fight to the ground and avoid getting submitted. The only way I see Dan Ige winning if he submits him. That's it. It's a possibility. I mean, anything's possible in this game. Nothing guaranteed, right? But yeah. Volkov and Rozenstruik. Volkov 160, 162. I really don't see nothing wrong with that. I feel Volkov is the more experienced guy here, the more technical guy, the more seasoned fighter, the more well-rounded guy. But still be careful because there's a puncher's chance from Rozenstruik. Yeah, so that's about it right there, guys. My odds breakdown there. You guys keep on kicking. One love out to everybody. Check my Patreon for the face-off predictions, which I'm going to drop in a little while. Os.